Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. So, I started writing this in text a few days ago, but new developments, some information is going to be in here which is not in the text version that is on Medium. So, uh, let's go. All right. While many argue over the conflict between government stimulus and opening up the economy, nobody I have heard has bothered to acknowledge one fact. The effects of the economy are worsening the effects of the pandemic in the U.S. Stress and malnutrition weaken the immune system, which results in higher susceptibility to major negative effects from the pandemic or any other infection, illness, chronic condition, or injury. Stress in and of itself uses biological resources the body needs to maintain itself, to heal, and to fight infection. We can discuss vaccines all day and night. To date, it is appearing that it will be months before vaccines are widely available and not really known how much good they will do. When they are widely available, there is no indication that they will truly be available for those of low income, with an estimated cost of up to $37 a dose before paying for a doctor or clinic visit. For many in current economic conditions, that $37, especially tacked on to an office visit fee, is out of reach, especially considering more than one dose will be required. This situation is going to get worse very soon. Much, much worse. Unemployment benefits for millions will run out on December 26th. Merry Christmas. Considering no new stimulus has been passed and looks increasingly unlikely, we'll get to that. By January 1st, eviction moratoriums will end, leaving many with outrageous debt and looming eviction. The combination of long-term anxiety, malnutrition, and risk of homelessness is already causing significant, widespread physical and mental health issues across the country. When unemployment benefits and for millions of Americans and when unemployment benefits for millions of Americans and tens of millions of Americans are evicted, what we can expect to see is a public health crisis beyond anything we have ever seen or imagined in this country. But it doesn't stop there, because with tens of millions of Americans evicted and with nowhere to go, now you start having sanitation issues. Now you have the collapse of commercial property owners. So you wipe out jobs, you create a public sanitation crisis, which causes more disease to breed. So get ready for this. This very week, is the final week for the year for Congress to be in session. The only stimulus bill being considered at this point includes no no individual stimulus checks for those millions of unemployed, and no extension of the eviction moratorium, meaning the worst is yet to manifest as a reality. Now, as of this point, Nancy Pelosi is agreeing to a $900 billion stimulus, where previously she was pushing for a $2.2 trillion stimulus. And Steve Mnuchin offered $1.8 trillion, which she rejected. Her whole thing was not wanting to pass a stimulus and have it under Trump. She wanted to wait until after the election, and now this is what she's doing. Again, there is no help for individual unemployed people or workers. There is no help for people who are at risk of being evicted. Nothing. But that stimulus bill does include protections for large employers against liability related to the infection. That is their priority. This country has no contingency plan for this, and the effects will be profound. I do believe it will result in mass protests and, riots. They're going to happen. Many people have been stocking up on guns and ammo. I think this is sad and inappropriate. The money being used to buy these things could be donated to food banks and homeless shelters to help their fellow Americans. Instead, we have people not just willingly, but eagerly preparing to shoot and kill fellow Americans. Americans who are desperate. I think the guns will basically be useless and not needed. Not for defense. That doesn't mean that some right-wing, nut jobs won't go out from their homes and start attacking people. Sounding familiar? The people who will be suffering are not a criminal element. They are our own family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers, acquaintances. These are people who have been laid off from their jobs by no fault of their own, meaning they were working and earning their way until forced into this position. They are not going to take out their anger on you, but on the system. They do not want to take what you have. They want our government to do its job and protect them. To make it worse, Congress just passed a new National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, for 2021, with another increase in the military budget to $740 billion. Not a penny for our own citizens. As a nation, we all now see that any talk of defending our security or our way of life is false. The things placing our people in danger right now lies not in some imaginary foreign adversary whose military capabilities even fall far short of being a threat to the U.S. Now, I misworded that because, yeah, anybody that is a threat, that's the imaginary threat. Because all these countries in the Middle East, Venezuela, all of them, even Russia and China, they are not threatening us. This paints a truly ugly picture of this country. Our government preparing to kill desperate people in countries where the people were made desperate by the actions of our government. American citizens preparing to kill desperate fellow Americans who were made desperate by the actions and inactions of our government. Is this what we have become? Is that what America is now? It seems to me the weapons needed right now are compassion, humanity, caring, charity, unity, and community. And maybe, on occasion, throw a little bit of humility in there. Just a little bit. I understand the anxiety and fear. It is fed to us, rammed down our throats on a daily, hourly basis. The media never lets up. I've said many times, Americans have become addicted to fear, anger, anxiety, and hatred. There has never been a time when this was so clearly indicated. It's not just the corporate media either, because when you are on social media and always pushing what the corporate media is telling you, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, then you're becoming more of the problem. You know, I mean, people are conditioned to responding with negative emotions because if you react emotionally, you completely cease to think critically. That is the goal. And when you respond in the way they dictate, you let them win, while we all lose in some way. In every way. We lose in every way. On the other hand, millions of us have stepped up where we can, donating and volunteering at food banks and homeless shelters. Sorry, doing this gives me a dry mouth. These volunteers are the true heroes, never recognized, the actions never reported on the news. Without these heroes, the food banks would be empty. There would be no lines for the food banks because there would be no point. Medical professionals face danger every day. We always have and always will. It's just more obvious in these times. Now, it's very obvious that there are many heroes that we have seen this year. But they don't get enough attention. more of us need to step up and try to be heroes for our fellow human beings. Instead of reacting with fear, anger, hatred, and greed. Instead of being paralyzed, instead of buying more ammo, step up and try to help your fellow Americans. I'm up for it. Are you? All right, so little topic here that is separate from that. I am looking at uploading videos onto DTube. And I'd like to know if you subscribe to DTube, let me know, what your idea is, and I'll go from there. Anyway, so please share this video, discuss these subjects widely, and if you can, please donate $1 a month to help expand the channel, and I'll talk to you next time.